Good morning, metalheads and rockers. I'm Al Ditton. I'm with Underground Noise Webzine. You guys should already know who the fuck I am. Well, sorry to say it that way this morning, but whatever. Only you can do something about this world to make it more positive. What I would suggest is listen to Fetal Embalment, listen to Dying Fetus, and listen to a band called Anal Cunt if you want some controversy in your life. This is Webisode number 103. I'm here with Brenden Jackson from Fetal Embalment. And he's my first returning guest. Welcome, Brenden.
Hey, what's up, dude? How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Oh, not so bad.
That's good. I see you got your tall boy of coffee. I got my small can of Dr. Pepper instead of Mountain Dew today.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have my caffeine in the mornings or I can't function.
Yeah, caffeine's definitely a necessity. I guess that's something that gives a lot of people energy just to keep going. But
Gives me energy.
what keeps you going, Brenden? I mean, what keeps
Mostly
you motivated?
caffeine, working out, and sativa.
Hey, there you go, man. That's awesome. I would like to ask you about your new album coming out. You excited about that? You got a title for it yet?
Yeah, I have a title. I'm not releasing it just quite yet. I'm gonna let people wait to hear the title, but I'm working on some newer material and I'm really excited to actually release it. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, I was about to ask about the brutality level on there. I mean, would you say that it's a lot more brutal than what you previously released, or would you say it's a little bit less intense?
Oh, so people thought mutilation surgery was brutal, huh? Just you wait till you hear this masterpiece of an album. Just wait. That's all I can say.
I'm
You're in
waiting.
for a wild fucking ride.
I'll tell you, sir, I am wiggling my toes over here in anticipation, getting Nancy eager to hear it
You
too.
should
So,
be.
yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, tell me about the lyrical content. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's gonna be the same type of lyrical content. Not really much different as far as that. Still horror movie type shit. Just fucked up things that fucked up people do.
That makes sense.
And just overall brutality.
That's really cool, man. Uh, what song do you find to be your favorite that you've written so far?
Well, my new single, Embalm the Fetus, for sure. But if I had to pick two others, I'd have to pick either Meat Hook Abortion or Severed Head Blowjob.
You know, we were talking one day about your song called Severed Head Blowjob, right?
Yeah,
And I'm thinking to myself, how does that work? Do you explode in the person's face, and next thing you know, you cut their head off? Is that how it works, or what?
well, pretty much. I mean, the song is basically about this guy. He stabs this bitch 37 times, cuts her head off with a hacksaw, and then he fucks her cranium.
Talking about being fucked in the head. Dude, that's clever, I have to admit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You said that you're inspired by horror movies.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of horror movies. I got hundreds of horror movies that I own on my shelf.
Dude,
And
let's
a
talk
lot of my
about that.
lyrical content is inspired by horror films because I'm a really big fan of those like 70s grindhouse horror films.
Oh, like the old school B-rated films.
Yeah, those are my shit. Like by like Herschel Gordon Lewis and Lucio Fulci, those movies.
How about Bruce Campbell? You can't leave him out.
Oh, absolutely not. He's fucking awesome.
Dude, Bruce Campbell's hilarious because every time
He
I've
is,
seen the movies like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, I can't help but laugh because they're
right?
they're comical. I mean, how can anybody get scared by a horror movie? I mean, I can understand if you're like a little kid, like back when my brother and I were kids and we saw The Exorcist for the very first time, and when Reagan throws up that bile, that freaked us out, man.
Oh, that's a good movie too. And Evil Dead is one of my absolute all-time favorites.
Yeah, I could watch those movies nonstop.
Same.
You
I
ever
have
see?
the trilogy.
Oh yeah.
My
What are you?
favorite part is in the second one. The part that cracked me up is the severed hand that just walks up to Bruce Campbell and just flips him off.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
dude.
hysterical.
The first time I saw that, I laughed so hard I thought I was gonna piss my pants.
Same.
It's like that's fully unexpected, but it's like
Right?
I guess you can't say F you without a smile. They should have drew on that hand, they should have a smiley face like right in there, it'd probably make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
What are your top 5 favorite horror movies?
Let's see. This may not be in order, but I'd have to say Blood-Sucking Freaks, Evil Dead, um, 3 others. There's just so many. Nightmare on Elm Street, definitely. House of a Thousand Corpses, and one more that I'd have to pick. Oh, Suspiria. Love that movie.
No, I have not seen Suspiria, but House of a Thousand Corpses, isn't that Rob Zombies?
Yeah, that's a Rob Zombie film.
I've seen that movie like 25 times or so. You should check it out in reverse. It's even funnier.
Oh, in reverse?
Yeah, there's a way that you can do that with DVDs.
Oh, I didn't know you could just watch it in reverse. I know you could rewind it, but
Yeah. And you could always do it that way too, but you could always play it in reverse somehow.
you could. It's like if you watch a Godzilla movie in reverse, he's repairing and building Japan, not just
That'd be great to watch. You're like,
that really
hey,
would be.
it's Godzilla the architect. Let's see what you can do today. Let's see what infrastructure you can put back together. Put back together that obelisk.
Yeah,
Put back together that Washington Monument. Yeah, it may look like a big giant breadstick, but that's not what it is.
it's definitely not a breadstick. It's probably something else.
Well, leave it to Family Guy to ruin that. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Family Guy, all of them, they're just gonna make it phallic.
dude, they get away with murder on that show. I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this, Brendan? Who are your top 5 favorite death metal bands?
Top 5, let's see.
It can be in any order.
Putrefile, Gorgasm, Splatter Cadaver, Human Filleted, and I gotta pick one more. So many to choose from. Oh, Cannibal Corpse.
Dude,
Gotta go.
Cannibals. I met those guys back in 2009. Such great guys.
I really want to meet them. I've seen them twice, but I have yet to meet those dudes. They seem really cool.
Yeah, they're really laid back. You know, Paul's a cool guy. Pat O'Brien, I met him when he was still in the band before joining Next Order.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
an expert now.
who else did I meet? Alex Webster and also Corpse Grinder.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'll send you my pictures. I mean, I've
All
got
right.
I got pictures of musicians for days, man, and I still want to meet a bunch more.
Same. I've met a lot, but I have yet to meet Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll happen, dude. Most
Oh, I
definitely.
guarantee it.
They have to come over
Or
here
open
to
the
Denver
door,
and shred your face off a little bit. You know what I mean?
right?
Get
And I
out.
mean, if I ever get to open for them, that would be a dream come true.
Oh, dude, that'd be sweet.
That would be so fucking dope.
Just get out the bone saw and start cutting off limbs. You know what I mean?
Oh, we'll make it happen.
Oh, I don't doubt it, man. I still got all my limbs, thankfully. Nobody destroyed me when I saw Cannibal Corpse, but Cannibal Corpse just made me a firm believer that they're perfectionists when they play live.
Oh, they really are.
I mean, there's some bands that are, and then there's some bands that are like, if I make a mistake, I don't care. I'm just going to keep on playing. The crowd's not going to notice it. You'd be surprised. There's a few keen ears out there that do hear these mistakes.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm one of them, but I don't make it really noticeable. I'll just be like, hey, you guys had a great performance. There's only one spot that I didn't like. Oh yeah, what was that? When you guys got off the stage. I wish you stayed up there longer.
Right?
It's like, some of these bands only play like what, 20 half-hour set? Go on for 40 minutes or go on for an hour. Depends on, I guess, your song list, depends on how many songs you got.
I agree. Got to tell the promoters that. Unfortunately, we bands don't really get to choose how long of a set we get. We're
Yeah.
just told this is your time on stage. This is how much time you have to play. And then after that, I got to get everything off the stage for the next band.
Yeah, so you got a show tomorrow over there in Fort Collins.
No, that's actually in Denver. I'm playing at Black Sky Brewery.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
Oh, you're good. No worries, man. Shit happens.
Yeah, that's right. Have you ever played there before?
Oh, I played there once back New Year's Eve. I
Yeah.
played there.
How'd that go?
Oh, that was great. That was pretty decent turnout, surprisingly.
Yeah. How many people would you say?
Roughly at least 20.
Hey, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. You want to tell me more about this show that's going on tomorrow?
So yeah, I'm gonna be literally playing everything in my entire catalog. Plus, I'll play a couple songs that'll be off the new album. So if you want to hear those songs for the first time, I suggest you get your ass to the show, people.
Yeah, and if you're not at his show, you're staying home watching golf.
Oh, how lame.
I have to admit, my parents love golf.
I love
My
golf.
my dad especially. Before dad passed away, one of his favorite things to do would go outside and smack golf balls all over the place in the backyard.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, one day he came up to me. He was like, "Hey Al, guess what? I can hit 100 yard with a pitching wedge." I'm like, "No, you can't." He's like, "Watch me." Sure enough, this ball went flying. I'm like, "Wow, he wasn't bullshitting." Well, way to go, Dad. That's amazing. He's like, "That's 140 yards." I'm like, "Yeah, with a pitching wedge, that's amazing. I don't know anybody else that could do that."
Damn.
Yeah, my dad was one heck of a dude, man.
That's impressive.
Well, this next section, everybody's called "Show Me Your X."
Guitar?
Yes, sir.
Got it right here. This is what I play.
Oh, that's
EXP
sweet.
EX50. Love this thing. I got it at a pawn shop for only $200. I
That's-
fucking love this thing. This thing's my baby.
Hey, you can't go wrong with a price like that.
Yeah, I love this thing. 6 string B standard. Love the setup, and the feel to it is just amazing, and it stays in tune really well too.
I was gonna say it looks almost like an Iron Bird by BC Rich. It has that similar shape to it.
Yeah, very similar to that and the Explorer.
And you got a bass behind you, I see.
Yeah, I got that's my 4 string bass. That there's some electrical issues with that, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed and trade it in one of these days. Just haven't gotten around to it.
You ever hear of the brand called Modulus?
I actually have not.
Modulus, I think, is what Alex Webster uses from Cannibal Corpse, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not exactly sure. But
Oh,
they're,
okay.
they're a decent bass company. I mean, they got a lot of thick tones to them, from what I understand.
Oh, awesome.
Hmm.
This is my 5 string bass. I use this. This is the one I use.
Which one's that? Is that an Ibanez?
Yeah, Sound Gear.
Yeah, Ibanez sound gears. Those things sound phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it. And they have amazing sound and quality. Sound Gear is definitely the way to go for bass for sure.
So you play guitar and play bass. Have you ever played any other instruments before that?
I do drums and vocals obviously, but other than that, there's not really much. I mean, I can play a little bit of piano. Not really great at that, but I know a little bit of stuff that I can play.
Yeah, I play with a synthesizer on BandLab when it comes to creating music.
Oh, those things are fun.
Yeah, it's just like you sit back, you play with your keyboard, and you're just like, why can't I use all the keys? Well,
Right?
I guess they give you a limited amount, but at the same time, they do have some decent stuff on BandLab.
They really do.
I want to give a shout out to Lee Harrison for telling me about BandLab. Thanks, bro. It's all your fault. Yeah, Brendan. I mean, what else would you like to discuss today? I mean, there's so many things that we could think about.
Oh, there's so many things. Um, as far as the new album goes, I'm almost done with the demos. Then I can start recording eventually this year. Then the plan is to release it next year, and then hopefully go on tour.
That'd be great, man. If you come to Macon or if you come to Atlanta, I'll definitely take the stretch and come up that way to say hi to you.
Hell yeah, bro! I definitely got to make it out that way one of these days.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I'd show you some of my gear today, but it's in my bedroom, so
Oh, no worries, dude.
that's where it's at. Let me ask you this: is that a McDonald's coffee?
Actually, no, this is from the Love's gas station, only like 2-3 minutes from here. It's pretty
Ah, just be glad it's not McDonald's coffee. That stuff is so fucking hot.
Yeah, that stuff will scald you.
Yeah, you'll burn the mucous membrane right off your lips. Just like, then you'll be walking around looking like this all day. I mean, I don't think anybody would want to really try and talk like that, but
Oh, definitely not. McDonald's just doesn't have the best coffee,
no. And you don't want to walk around looking like a puppet.
right?
Like, my mom shouldn't have
It'll make
drank all that
fucking sound
coffee,
like
man.
Muppet's character,
I mean, the thing that kills me the most, dude, is when people slam these energy drinks and then they go to a show and they headbang so hard, and then the next day they're like, I got a headache. Well, you shouldn't have drank that monster.
right?
You know, you drink too many monsters, of course you're gonna wake up the next day with a fucking headache. You know, all that caffeine goes through your bloodstream, and then you urinate it out, and next thing you know, you're dealing with your own caffeine related migraine.
And that shit's not fun.
No,
You gotta be careful
not
with
at
like
all.
that intense energy drinking because there's people that have like drinking so many energy drinks and done a lot of activity and then they died from a heart attack because
Yeah,
just caffeine in their system. They were just their heart was just all over the place.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna drink caffeine, at least know your limits,
Exactly.
because over 400 is really dangerous.
Oh, very.
I mean, I heard about teenagers back in the day that were drinking those things, and turns out that their hearts were exploding. I'm like, at a teenager? Wow,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
it really is. I mean, something's got to give in this crazy world that we're in.
Yeah, it does. That's why I try to not drink very many energy drinks. Try to drink more coffee, but if I drink an energy drink, it's no more than one in a day.
Yeah, one's not too bad.
Maybe two on a special day where I'm really feeling groggy and need a little boost. But
Yeah, I can definitely dig that. I see you got some tapestries behind you. You got Mortician, you got Gorgasm. The one that's directly behind your head, I don't recognize that one.
oh, that's my flesh grind tapestry, destined for defilement.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was for the album Murder Without End or if it was the other one because I don't listen to Flesh Grind that much anymore. I mean, I still got Murder Without End on CD, but
They're fucking awesome. When you ask me favorite death metal bands, I have to add them as my sixth one. I can't believe I fucking forgot to mention them. I
hey,
mean, I got their logo tattooed on my fucking arm, so
you're a
fucking
you're a lifelong fan and you're locked in, so you're doing something right, man.
and I actually met their bass player, Jimmy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. He's in Jungle Rot now. I saw them when they were on tour with Internal Bleeding. He was just standing outside smoking a cigarette. He saw my arm. He's like, dude, what is that on your arm? And I showed him. He fucking loved it. Like he got a picture of my tattoo and everything. He was just so happy to see that I had that tattooed on my arm.
That's exciting, man. Seeing a musician that comes up to another musician not knowing what your tattoo says, that's the big surprise right there.
I know, right?
How can you not read your own fucking logo? It just looks like a bunch of twigs put together like this.
Sangwa, Suga, Sketties, the band with the logo.
Yeah, Sengu is Bog or SpongeBob, as people call it.
Yep.
If you can't pronounce the band name, you shouldn't be trying. Ask them to do it for you, especially this one band I found. Dude, on YouTube the other day, I found this band, right? It's this huge, huge, huge name. And I'm just like, how do you even pronounce that crap? You don't. You just sit back, you listen to the music, and if it's good, hey, cool, enjoy it. But if you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. Tell me about Denver Death Fest.
Oh, that was a fucking blast.
I want to hear a lot about it. Tell me what your favorite moments were.
Favorite moment was definitely getting to hang out with Pyrexia. That was fucking awesome. I got smoked with weed with Chris.
I bet that was fun.
Oh, it was.
Chris, pretty laid back guy.
Oh, very much so, dude. Very chill.
It's funny because I've seen him in some of the videos for like the day the earth shook, and it looks like he's a pretty serious person.
Oh, super cool, dude. He's
Yeah,
got that really thick Long Island accent.
I had a good feeling he would be all, you know, deep New York sounding like New
Oh,
York.
very much so. Very
It's
cool,
funny.
dude.
There's a lot of people that live in New York City, but they don't pronounce their R's. They're like New York. And it sounds like they're saying New
New
York.
York. New
Like,
York,
yeah, I need some eggs, New York.
right?
I'm trying to bust on everybody's chops here, but I'm from upstate New York, and there's an R in the name. I got to pick on my friends that live in New York City all the time. Be like, there's an R in there. There's no, it's not New York. It's New York.
That's funny,
Dude, I'm telling you, there's so many people out there that just fuck shit up. You know what I mean?
right?
Yeah. People like Fred Durst. I mean, nobody wants to listen to a whiny little dude who couldn't get a candy bar from mommy in the grocery store. So now he's throwing a temper tantrum on the floor saying,
Right?
Mama, Mama, get over it. I mean, Fred Durst is the kind of person I wouldn't mind watching get slapped in the face 500 times,
Right? Same.
but he's trying to make a living like all of us, you know, but he's not doing it the right way.
He is not.
I mean, I'd like to tell him, sorry, Fred, but your way is the highway. Now stay away.
Right?
You know? I mean, I'd rather jam on Enya than Limp Bizkit. At least Enya's voice is soothing to the ears, not being all whiny and crying like a little kid. You know what I mean?
Agreed. He's not like crying like a little bitch.
That too. But yeah, I really don't know what else to ask you, Brendan. Whatever you want to discuss, you know, you're more than welcome to. It's all good.
All right, yeah. When I can go a little more detail into Denver Death Fest. Chris from Pyrexia actually hung out with us after the show. He hung out with us drinking beer until the bar closed, until they kicked us all out. It was like 2 a.m. And then after that, me and the Thralls of Metal dudes went to Waffle House. It's like 3 a.m. eating waffles. And then I drove back to my hotel.
Metal and waffles.
Yep. And it was also really cool being able to open for Narcotic Wasteland.
Did you get to meet them?
I did not, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see Narcotic Wasteland live. Shout out to Dallas Wade.
They're fucking awesome.
I interviewed Dallas, I believe, a year or two ago, and he was actually really humble to talk with me about what he likes doing.
That's awesome. He seems like a cool dude. I just didn't get the chance to meet him.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Dallas one of these days, be like, dude, you're an amazing guitarist.
And he was in Nile before doing Narcotic Wasteland.
That's right. I actually saw him on the Annihilation of the Wicked tour.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that was with Decapitated, Raging Speed, Horn with Passion. Soylent Green, I think, was there, and Hypocrisy.
Oh, that's a sick ass lineup right there.
Yeah, fucking Decapitated went on. It was awesome. Soylent Green put on a great set. Um, but watching Nile was just like,
Oh, I bet they knock it out of the fucking park, dude.
dude, they can melt faces for years on end. There's no doubt. It's like frying bacon, and then you get that bacon grease on your arm, and it leaves a scab for a few days or so.
Right?
That's what it's like for me listening to Nile. It's like a big slap in the forehead, and then I got a welt in my forehead for like 25 days.
That shit's not fun.
Nope. It's like, thanks, Carl. Thanks so very much, you fat bastard. I mean, don't get me wrong, Carl's a great guitarist, but not that I'm knocking Carl Sanders. It's just that a lot of people are like, oh, Niall's the best band on the planet. Wrong. They're not the best band on the planet. The best band on the planet does not exist.
Exactly. It's not a competition.
Yeah, get over the competition idea and get over the popularity because being popular,
Right.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
It's about the music and the people. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's why I stay in the underground so much. And people are like, oh, you are the underground hog. Yeah, I'm the Odin of the underground, as Damage and Co. would put it. Thanks, Peter and Daniel and Daniel.
But yeah, I can't stand those musicians who go in it with an ego. That shit really pisses me off.
Yeah,
Like think that they're better than everybody else and they think they're God's gift to music. Like, no, like I'm in this because I enjoy it. I like to connect with the people and like writing brutal music. I don't care about the money. I don't care about winning Grammys or awards or any of that shit. I don't care about being on Billboard top 100, whatever. I just like to write brutal music and that's all there is to it.
yeah. I mean, if brutality was going to be a popularity thing, you know, everybody would enjoy it, but not everybody enjoys death metal or black metal or any kind of extreme metal. But there's a lot of us that do. We got
Exactly.
the passion for it, so might
It's
as
gonna
well
fight,
enjoy it while it's still around before it's too late.
right? And that's what I'm trying to do. Just bring that shit back before it just dies out.
Yeah, and you seem to be doing a great job at it, dude. Keep up the
Oh,
great
thank
work.
you. Got to keep that death metal alive, man.
Yep, someone's got to do the killing pace around here, and you're the man to do it.
And metal is not dead. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, they thought it was going to die out like a long time ago, and here we are in 2023, still writing some heavy, nasty, gnarly, brutal stuff, you know?
Yeah, we got a new wave of so many awesome bands out now too.
Yeah, I still listen to Black Dahlia Murder, believe it or not. I'm not a huge fan of theirs, but I do like a lot of their music.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Rest in peace, Trevor.
Yes, rest in peace, Trevor. You should have never taken your own life, man. But at the same time, I can understand that you were dealing with something personal, but should have just kept going, dude. What the fuck?
I know it's depression is a very hard thing. It's sadly a lot of people deal with it, and I deal with it myself personally, but
Hmm.
taking my own life is not something I'd be capable of doing
Yeah,
because I got this music shit to do.
yeah, it
If I,
takes a lot of guts.
who else is going to do it? I am Fetal Embalment.
That's
I
right. Yeah, it's interesting because life's too short to take your own life, and it takes a lot of guts to have to do something like that.
It really does. And I mean, anyone who's feeling suicidal or feeling down and depressed, please reach out to me. Please just slide my DMs, reach out. It's okay to talk about your feelings. We all have feelings. It's okay to share them. Never be
Yeah.
ashamed to share your feelings.
Yeah, it's not that you're being emo or being pathetic. It's just that you need to vent and just get that
Exactly.
out there.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong about talking about your feelings.
Yeah, because if you hold it in too long, eventually you're going to explode and you might go off on the wrong person.
And then people can only take so much before they snap.
That's right. Well, Brendan, I've got a few minutes left here with you.
Okay,
What would you like to say to your fetal embalmment fans?
what's that?
What would you like to say to your fetal embalmment fans?
Stay brutal. Thanks for the support. Hold on to your asses and your cocks for this next album. It's gonna blow your fucking mind.
That's an excellent way to put it. And also, the final question is always the same. Do you have any last words for Underground Noise Webzine?
2 words. Stay brutal.
Awesome.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, bro.